Good morning. So your mats should really be the other way.
I mean,
not like mine. Your mats should be
perpendicular.
yes.
Oh,
All right. Okay. So this is just so that you can see the reason I set my mat up this way is so that you can see my poses from the side angle, and it's easier to follow that way. All right. Okay. We good? All right. So last week we were talking about balance, and the balance that we were focusing on was balancing our bodies, right? You know, how long can you stand on one foot or one leg, or variations in transitions and balancing on our hands and knees. But balance is much bigger than just what we could do with our body. It's about balancing our lives. It's about balancing ourselves. It's about knowing when to say no. It's about how to juggle and still have a life, right? It's balance in your life. So we're going to use our yoga practice today to help us with that. And in yoga philosophy, the right side of our body is our sun side, the left is our moon side, male, female. So this is not about gender. We all have both male and female characteristics within us. We have modes within us, and they cannot live without each other. And often one is stronger than the other, and we need to balance them. So we will work on that with both sun salutations and moon salutations today. And we'll see if we come out feeling more balanced afterwards. So let's begin with our usual side body stretches. But first, let's come inside. Let's close our eyes and focus on our breath. And feel your breath. Now open your eyes for a moment, because we're talking about balance. So what we're going to do now is a breath called Nadi Shodhana. And Nadi is channels. So, you know, your nostrils are channels. We have lots and lots of channels throughout our body. But what we're going to do is you're going to take your index finger and your middle finger and place them on your third eye, right between your brows. You're going to take your thumb and your ring finger onto your nostrils, but you're not going to close them just yet. Okay. You're going to take a deep breath in through your nose and exhale. Inhale through your nose and exhale. Close your right nostril. Inhale through your left nostril. Close your left nostril. Exhale through your right nostril. Inhale through your right nostril. Close your right nostril. Inhale through your left. Did I say that backwards? And then close. Exhale through your right. Inhale through your right. So you're going to do a full round of breath. And after the inhale, you close your nostril, go to the other one. Full round after the inhale, close, and go back and forth from one side to the other. And this pose, this breath is a balancing breath. You're going to feel it when we conclude it a little bit in your third eye area. You'll feel it, but it also will work for you to balance your left brain with your right brain, going back and forth from side to side. Continue at your own pace. Next time you exhale out of your left nostril, pause and allow your fingers to remove your fingers from your nostrils. Allow yourself to breathe comfortably through both nostrils and remove your hand. And notice if you feel any difference up in this area, in your sinus area. Notice if you feel any difference. And typically what we would do is stop and then do it again, stop and then do it again. So it's something you can do on your own when you're feeling like you need some balance. Okay. So I can see the clock. Okay. All right, good. Now let's go back to doing our side stretches. So face the other way, Mike, that way. Like you were in normally. Yeah, it's been so long since you've been here in a live. Okay, side body to the right. So your left arm streaming alongside your left ear. You're bending your right elbow so that you bring your shoulder away from your ear, kind of your head moving away from you. And you'll stretch any amount. You might go just this much, or maybe you'll go a little bit deeper. Depends on your body and how you feel today. Inhale and exhale, place your left hand forward of your right knee and parallel arms. So bring your right arm in line with your left. And I'm reaching out here pretty far. You might want to come a little closer to your knee. Find the spot that works best for you. Inhale, straight arms. Exhale, bend your elbows towards your waist and fold any amount. Inhale, straight arms. Exhale, fold. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, pause. Look forward on straight arms. Slide your fingers to your knee, left hand on right knee. Look over your right shoulder in a twist. When you inhale, feel your spine getting longer, crown of your head reaching up. When you're empty of breath, you might be able to twist a little bit more because you've got a little bit more space in your belly. Inhale, left hand on right thigh. Exhale, stretch, side stretch, kind of like on a diagonal to the opposite side. Inhale, both arms up to center. Exhale, send your arms back behind you. Yoga mudra behind you, interlaced fingers. Yeah. Your knuckles on the mat behind you, little baby back bend, open up your heart. So we're going to do some heart openers today. Release your arms. Ooh. Because our heart chakra, the chakra that's right here, our middle chakra, is our balancing chakra. We have 3 earthbound chakras, 3 ethereal chakras. And the symbol of the heart chakra are 2 upside down triangles, right? And intersecting ones, the male and the female, intersecting for balance. I'm shooing some ants away, so please forgive me. Other side. Side body stretch to the left with your right arm moving forward. And again, any amount. Going to make an effort to keep both hips on the mat. Inhale, exhale your right hand forward of your left knee, parallel arms. Look forward, straight arms. Inhale, exhale, bend. Inhale, straight arms. Exhale, bend your elbows and fold. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, straight arms. Come onto your fingertips, slide your hands back, right hand on left knee. You ought to know this in your sleep by now, right? We do this every time. Turn to look over your left shoulder. And same thing here. Lengthening your spine and encouraging your twist. Right hand on, yeah, that's right. Right hand on left thigh, left arm alongside left ear, and a nice stretch in the opposite direction. Bring both arms up to center. Swing your arms back behind you. You're going to come to rest on the palms of your hands on your wrists. Your fingers are pointing forward, and you're going to open up your heart. Open up the balancing chakra. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, on an exhale, you're going to spring off your fingers and fold over your legs any amount, any amount. It's early in class, do not push. On an inhale, unfold. Excellent, great. Shake out your legs, rotate them. When I say rotate them all the way from your hip socket, so you don't want to just do your knees, get your knees all angry with you. All right, so let's come on to hands and knees. And you remember your wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. You're in Tadasana, table, right? Feel the length of your tabletop from the crown of your head all the way to your tailbone. Feel that length, feel the sturdiness of your table. If you have issues with wrists, you can place them a little forward of your shoulders. You can use your roll up your mat to help ease the angle of your wrist. And let's begin with cats and dogs. Okay, so on an inhale, you're going to curl your spine towards the mat. Your heart is reaching forward. It's trying to go forward. It's trying to open up. You're going to exhale and arch your spine to the sky. And you're going to continue at your own pace, changing the shape of your spine. Feel how your spine does that so easily at your command. Feel every vertebra as it changes shape. Feel that arch reaching up. Feel that little U shape that you make with your spine in when you send your curl to the mat. Next time you're in your cat spine, pause and send your hips to your heels. Leave your arms where they are, outstretched in front of you for an extended child's pose. You're going to lift your hips, Send your hips forward, your shoulders over your wrist, and lengthen your legs behind you. So, a variation of an up dog, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. All right. So engage your abs here. You want to use your abdominal muscles. Why? Because we don't want to sag and we don't want to crouch your shoulders. So push into the mat with your hands, engage your abs, turn under your toes. Downward facing dog. So get your alignment in your dog, chest towards thighs, heels towards mat, and you're kind of isometrically pushing the mat away with your hands. So once you get into your most comfortable dog and you're working to try and keep your spine nice and long. We always want long spines. Good for our posture, good for our body. And then you're going to walk your dog, bending one knee, sending the opposite heel to the mat, and then alternating back and forth to walk your dog. And then pause in your dog, right? Come forward, sending your shoulders over your wrist in a Follicasana plank pose. Remember, your plank is a straight line from the crown of your head to your heels. It's a plank. Think of a plank of wood. So here again, use your abs, use your core muscles, your core strength to keep your belly from wanting to sag towards the mat. Push the mat away. It's a long plank, right? All right. Inhale, exhale, back to your down dog. Come forward again to plank. Place your left knee down under your left hip. Swivel your right foot, sole of your foot on the mat, fan open to the right. So we're going to do something a little different today with this pose. So you might want to look at me first before, or you can do it with me, your choice. It's not hard. All right. So we're going to send our shoulder over our wrist to lift our leg back like any amount. All right. Any amount, and then you're going to have your arm straight up to the sky, send it back behind you so that it's reaching parallel with your leg. And then your leg comes down, your arm arches over and comes down to the mat. You're going to pull your arm up, pull your leg up, and then go in the opposite direction. A little dance, a little flow, lifting your leg, lifting your arm, bringing your leg down, bringing your arm down, back and forth. So what are we doing here? We're opening up our shoulders and our leg, our hip at the same time. Release, bring your knee to the mat, bring your wrist under your shoulder. All right. So we're going to do that on the other side, but first, downward facing dog. All right. Come forward to plank. Let's take a few breaths here in plank. We keep building our upper body strength, right? Remember that long piece of wood. Bring your right knee down to the mat underneath your hip. Swivel your left foot, fan open. All right, so first thing is to get your shoulder over your wrist so you can lift your back leg, and that can be any amount. It'll never go higher than your hip, but any amount is fine. And then you're going to bring your leg down, bring your hand down. You're going to lift your arm, send it up to the ceiling as you lift your leg. Maybe your arm will even reach back. Exhale.
Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale and release. Bring your hand down, bring your knee down, child's pose. Right. So we're going to do some more balancing here. So look forward between your arms. Your arms should be outstretched overhead. You're going to look up. You're going to spread your wings, open up your arms, come all the way up on your knees, arms reaching for the sky in a pose of victory, in a pose of praise. Inhale, exhale, bring your hands down to the mat, your hips to your heels for humility, a show of humility. Feel your child's pose as a pose of introspection, looking inward and showing humility. Spread your wings, lift your arms all the way up. Balance from one extreme to the other. Inhale, exhale, fold. Let's do that once more. Spread your wings, bring them all the way up. Victory and praise. Exhale, humility. Slide your hands towards your knees and come to stand on your knees. So we're going to now prepare our bodies for our standing poses and life in general. Okay. So, and if you want to use a block here, that's not a bad idea. All right. To help with balance, to step your right foot forward. You don't have to, it's not a requirement, it just might help. Helps me, so I thought it might help you. Okay, so walk your foot away a little bit. So the farther away you walk your right foot, the more you're going to stretch your quadricep muscles. That's these front thigh muscles, right? You all know your hamstrings, and that we'll do when we straighten our legs. So here we go again with some balance. Send your arms streaming back behind you. And you're going to inhale, rise up, slide your hips forward, reaching up. So you're not going over your leg. You want to reach up, crown of your head, reaching up. Very good. Inhale, exhale, bring your hands to the mat, straighten your legs, bow over your leg. Inhale, rise up, hips sliding forward. Exhale, fold. Again, if this straight leg is not happy, then bend it a little. Inhale. Exhale, straighten and fold. You don't want unhappy knees, trust me. Exhale. Once more, inhale. Come up to bring your weight over your hip. Walk your foot back. Maybe you want to use a block to help. And we'll get ready for the other side. How's everybody doing there out there? So I'm just going to pause for 1 minute because my computer here is on speaker and I need it on gallery, and I don't know why that happened. Okay, so I can see you. Okay, ready for the other leg? So you're already in position, right? So left leg. Again, don't hesitate to use your block to help here. Walk your foot away. All right, I'm going to make sure that my foot is in line with my knee. My toes are in line with my knee. Inhale, slide forward, raise your arms. Exhale, fold over your leg, straighten your leg. Inhale, rise up, slide forward. Exhale, fold and straighten. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Okay. Pause. And then step your foot back and bring your knee back alongside your other knee. All right. All right. Just one more thing we'll do on our hands and knees, and then we'll come to get ready for our sun and moon salutations. So come to your table, walk your hands forward, send your hips forward, right? Just like we did before. And then send them to the left or the right, doesn't matter. Send them to one side, then send them back. So we're going to do our hip circles, making little circles or big circles. I'm going to do little circles. You can do giant ones, sending your hips all the way back to your heels, whatever your body likes, whatever feels good. And then bring your heart forward again. Pause, take a breath. And go the other way. And again, make your circles as big as your body likes. It doesn't hurt to push a little bit, but you never go to where you feel discomfort. And then come forward, step your hands back, come up onto your knees and just make your way up to stand. All right. So we're going to do a sun salutation first, because we're going to get our heat up. So that's the purpose of the sun, the beautiful sun that illuminates everything, that shines knowledge upon us. Yeah. So, and then after that, we cool down with the flowing waters that the moon brings to us, right? So one thing I want to show you before we begin is we've done this times before, but I don't always get to see you well on Zoom. So we're going to do Ashtanga Namaskara, which is 8-point pose, sometimes called chin. Why can't I even think of the name? Come to downward facing dog. Now you can do this with me or you can watch. All right. Knees, chest, chin. I had a pose block. Okay, so you're in your down dog. You're going to come to a plank pose, right? Knees. Now, in order to get your chest and chin down, so the idea is you're going to keep your bum up in the air a little bit. But in order to do that, you want to bend your knees, bend your elbows toward your knees. So they go back, they don't go out, they go back. And send your chest forward and place it on the mat along with your chin, and then lengthen your legs before you come up to baby cobra. You all know this sun salutation, right? Okay, so I also know that this pose needs a lot of upper body strength. I know, Mike, you can do this. All right, I've always struggled with it. So here's an alternative. In plank, all right, you bring your knees down, forearm down, slide your chest to bring your chest down. Your bum will still be up in the air, and then lengthen your legs behind you, slide your hands to your breast, and then you'll do your baby cobra. Melt back down, turn under your toes, come through a plank or bent knees to downward facing dog. Walk your feet to your hands. Uttanasana. Fly out and up. Bring your prayer to your heart. Okay. All right. So You're going to pick which one of those two 8-point poses that you prefer when we do our sun salutation. I'm going to add a warrior in here because I think, we need a warrior today. It's going to be like 100 and something, right, today? All right. Inhale. Exhale, fold over your legs, bend your knees. Inhale, halfway to a flat back, hands on your shins, your thighs, or streaming alongside your hips. I like this because you can send your fingers back, the crown of your head forward to have that beautiful flat back. Bend your knees, fold on an exhale. Hands to the mat or blocks, send right leg back, send left leg back, come right to a plank pose. All right, we're in our plank. All right, are you ready for knees, chest, chin? Here we go. Knees, chest, chin, either with forearms or bent elbows, and come into baby cobra, Bhujangasana. Melt back down to the mat. Turn under your toes. Downward facing dog. You're going to take 5 breaths here. In vinyasas, the down dog is a resting pose. Yeah. So you're going to step forward with your right leg. You want to place your right foot inside your right hand, but you can do that in one big step or 1, 2, and the last one, help it with your hand. All right. Flatten your left foot on the mat. Come up, stream your arms, lift up, and you do that by pressing your feet into the mat. Your legs are strong. These are warrior legs. Arms alongside your hips. And then you're going to bring your warrior up from the earth into a sign of victory. So, Mike, bring your left leg a little bit more to this side of the mat. No, the other side of the mat, my side. Yeah, that's it. And then face forward. Good, good. You were almost in warrior 2 there. All right, good. So knee over ankle, right? Or behind it, but not forward of it, right? To protect our knees. And feel that victory. Inhale. Exhale, send your arms back behind you, Yoga Mudra, behind you. Open up your heart, brave heart, balance. Inhale, exhale, come forward, hovering over your thigh for a humble warrior. You can stay right here, or you may wish to go a little deeper. Inhale, exhale, come inside your leg. Maybe your knuckles go to the sky and maybe they just stretch out behind you. Whatever works for your body. Press into your mat. Release your arms. My goodness, we forgot to say the warrior's prayer. Bring your hands into a prayer pose. And down to your heart. Release your arms. Send your arms overhead and place them on the mat, on the front of your mat alongside your right leg. Step your back leg forward, Uttanasana. Maybe you want to take opposite elbows and swing here. As you catch your breath, then release them, and then come up halfway again. Let's close out with a long spine. Fold, fly out and up and down the center line. Excellent. How's everybody doing? All right. Okay. I'm looking on Zoom. No one has passed out or anything yet. Nobody's yelling at me to stop. So good. All right. Okay, good. You ready? You ready? All right. Inhale. Exhale, fold, bend your knees as your knees require. Inhale, halfway, flat back. Exhale, fold, left leg goes back, right leg goes back, plank pose. Hold your plank. Let's see if we can hold this for 10 breaths. And you can stop at any time just by bringing your knees to the mat. Knees, chest, chin, or forearms, chest, chin, baby cobra. Melt back down. Press into the mat. Come through bent knees or plank to a downward facing dog. Step your left foot forward, 1, 2, 3, or however many steps you need to step it forward to come to your low lunge. Take a moment in your low lunge to feel this low lunge. So all 10 toes facing forward, your knee over your ankle. Feel the length of your back leg. Now, if you have blocks, it's a good time to use blocks. So, yeah. Right, good. And now, just to feel your pose, you'll step your blocks away, bring your hands to the mat, and place your back foot flat on the mat. Now, look while you're down here. So take a look at your feet and how they're positioned for warrior one. Now, if you look at me, my back leg is kind of far back. It doesn't have to be. It can be wherever is most comfortable for you. But you do want your feet in their own lane that will help you with balance. So you don't want your foot back here. You want it here. Right? Stream your arms alongside your hips, push your feet into the mat to help you come up and bring your warrior up from the earth into a position of victory. Let's say our prayer first before going into the battle. We've got like ridiculous weather coming today, so we need to be brave. Oh, yeah. And I'm thinking of Patrice right now, who's in Minnesota. Okay. And bring your hands to your heart, send your arms back behind you, interlace your fingers, Yoga Mudra. Open up your heart, brave heart, feel that balance. Inhale, exhale, come forward to show humility. Feel that humility. Maybe you'll bow your head. And maybe you'll stay here, or maybe you will do another inhale and exhale inside your legs and do whatever you wish with your little Yoga Mudra hands. Right? And push into your feet. Come all the way back up. Send your arms overhead. Place your hands on the mat in front of you. Step your back leg forward. Uttanasana. Fly out and up and down the center line. So a little bit of information about sun salutations. So it was always the practice in India, so that the moment that you woke up, and some places still do this every morning, you salute the sun. So it's a real thing, saluting the sun. And the idea is to be thankful for this sun that nourishes the earth for the power of sunlight, and that energizes us, and we recognize that we have that power within us as well. And now we salute our moon goddess. So the moon is our female or divine feminine. And I'm going to take a breath. Bring your legs together evenly under your hips. Come to Tadasana, our mountain pose, right? All right, you know, we always do this when we stand, right? Inhale. Bring your shoulders forward, up, back, down. Let your arms fall comfortably by your side. You don't need to do this. Just let them relax. Crown of your head reaching up to the heavens, feet rooted in the earth. Bring your belly toward your spine. Engage those abdominal muscles. Why? Because it lifts your ribs, makes you taller, and then relax your belly a little bit. And see if you can maintain that long spine, right? Beautiful. All right, good. Let's do a couple of sun salutations. Inhale. And bring that energy to your heart. Inhale, gather. Exhale to your heart once more. Inhale and exhale. All right, so enough for the sun, yeah? Let's get our goddess emoji working. Wide legs. Your range, whatever that is, all right? Arms in a V shape. Feel that length again of your mountain spine. So even though your legs are apart, your spine is still in that mountain. You're going to look up just a bit because this is your 5-pointed star, the symbol of the divine feminine. Yeah. And now you're going to take a deep breath in, and on an exhale, you're going to do a nice big back bend like we did earlier. Send your back curling against the full moon. Feel the power of the full moon as it nestles in the curve of your spine. Feel the power. Then you're either going to walk your feet together or jump them together. Bring your hands overhead, interlaced fingers, and leave the index fingers up. You're going to inhale. You're going to exhale, crescent moon to the right, waxing moon. Inhale to center. Exhale, waning moon. Inhale to center. Step or jump your feet wide apart again. And again, any amount. Inhale, exhale, look up at that stylus you created, and you're going to draw. Bend your knees to make this a little bit more comfortable to trace the full moon. And you may not be touching the mat. Your fingers may be here, and that's perfectly fine because you can still retrace that full moon. And then open your arms out wide. Bring your arms to a cactus shape. Turn your feet to a 45-degree angle. Take a look, make sure you can see your feet. Your knees are tracking over your middle toe. You're going to come to your goddess. You're going to micro bend. You can do a little bend in your knees, or you can go all the way down, bringing your hips down, and anywhere in between. I'm somewhere in between. All right. Okay, so now we want a little goddess dance. Bring your right hand to your belly. Left arm frames your head. Inhale, exhale, curl to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, change your arms to go in the opposite directions. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Bring your arms down by your side. So if you are on Zoom and you are facing me, you are going to walk your feet together and step your right leg back. If you're in the room with me, you'll just swivel on the mat, right? With your leg behind you. We're still in the same position. The right leg is back. You're going to send your arms back behind you. Right. Interlace your fingers, Yoga Mudra. And straighten your front leg, open your heart, look up at the night sky, stargazer. Take a breath and let it go. Feel the cool air of the night sky. But look up into the sky, send your arms out and above, bend your front knee, bring your hands to the mat. You're going to bring your weight over your left leg and lift your back leg. You can use blocks here as well. And lift your back leg any amount. You can go all the way up to the sky, or it can go just a little way to create a shooting star. Bring your, if you're in the room, your leg comes back behind you. If you're on Zoom, it goes out to the side. If you're facing me, yeah. And in either way, if you're in the room, you're going to swivel to the long edge of your mat, fold over to expose the new moon, right? Who knew those yogis were mooning in the forest? Okay. Bend your knees, heel toe your feet a little bit closer together to make this a very comfortable flight out and up and down to your heart. Okay, I'm going to do that again after we take a couple of breaths. Five-pointed star. Feel that energy. I mean, you are a ball of fire, right? 5 points. By the way, your head is the 5th point, in case you were wondering. Right? All right, full moon. Feel the beauty of that illuminated moon behind you. At any point, you can always soften your knees a little bit. Yeah. This time we're going to stay here, bring our hands together, and I'll do it in this direction. You're creating your stylus with your interlaced fingers. You're going to inhale and exhale, bent knees, draw the half moon. Inhale, back up, right. Jump or step your feet together. Crescent moon. We started on that. So let's go to the left side, to the waning side this time. If you think there's any science behind this, there's not. I don't know if this is waning, but we're going to make it wane today. Waning crescent moon. And you know, while you're here, feel that side body stretch, right? Inhale, exhale, wax. Inhale. All right. Now, jump or walk your feet apart. Come to your goddess, right? Get into your goddess groove here, right? Feel the goddess, yeah. And this time we're going to do a different dance. Bring your hands to your thighs and make circles. Make circles with your hips. Remember the position of your feet, right? And then you're going to pause and go the other way, right? Okay, great. Point your feet forward. Again, if you're on Zoom and you're facing me, send your left leg back behind you. If you're in the room, swivel so that your left leg is behind you. So just step, so Mike, just step your, there you go, right. Okay, good. Bring your arms together in Yoga Mudra. And I just realized I forgot the quarter moon. So we'll have to get that in this time. Inhale, straighten your leg, look up at the night sky. Take it in. Imagine it there. Imagine those twinkling stars. Inhale, bend your knee. Send your arms back so that we can take a look at the shooting star. Use blocks or not to bring your weight over your left foot, spring off the back leg and lift it any amount for a shooting star. Place your foot back on the mat behind you. Send your arms back behind you, interlaced fingers, Yoga Mudra, and you're hovering. Remember a humble warrior. Well, it also happens to be the shape of the number 4 for the quarter moon. Release your arms, bring them to the top of your mat. You'll either step your left foot alongside your right, or step and swivel if you're in the room. Yeah, everybody's already there. Okay, fold over. New moon. Heel toe your feet a little bit closer together. Look at the time. Never mind. We're not going to fly up. I'm looking at the hour. And what we need to do right now is to stay down, bring one knee down, bring the other knee down. And we're going to come back on to our mat. Come to sit. Send your legs out in front of you. When you get there, please take your time. Do not rush. All right. All right. We good? All right. I'm just going to make one little adjustment here. So you're going to come into Dandasana. You know Dandasana, right? Your hands alongside your hips, your toes to the ceiling, your leg muscles are engaged, your elbows reaching back, and remember your mountain, your Tadasana spine. Whenever we're in a position to lengthen our spine, we should do that, you know? It's a counter pose to phone shoulders and to, oh, what is that called? Aging? I don't know. Anyway. Yeah, it's just what we do when we get older. Okay, arms up, overhead, alongside your ears. Bend your knees just a slight bit or a lot. Inhale, exhale, engage your abdominal muscles to make room here so that when you hinge from your hip creases, you have more room to come down over your legs. You can take the outside of your feet a little closer to you, or maybe you'll take your ankles or your calf, whatever you comfortably reach. Yeah. And then fold any amount over your legs, lengthen one leg, lengthen the other leg if you choose. You can keep your knees bent. It's your hamstrings may feel they're ready for straight legs, or maybe not. So this is Pashimotanasana, the Western stretch. And the Western side of our body is our moon side. So we're exposing the moon. And you're going to bring your arms up alongside your ears, look forward and unhinge. Come all the way back up. Bring your hands alongside your body, slide your hips forward, and make your way down onto the mat. All right. Place your feet on the mat. We're going to do a final inversion for our final cool down. And we do that, you can use a block or a blanket. I like the blanket because I don't like sharp edges under my sacrum. So you can press into your feet, slide the blanket under your hips, below your waist so that it's right on the sacrum, that bone that holds your two pelvic bones together, right? And then send one leg up and the other leg up. And remember that this pose is a supported or a mat version of legs against the wall, Viparina Karani. And so when you have your legs reaching up for the sky, you don't want them coming toward your face. You want them to be as they would be if your hips and your backs of your legs were against the wall. So position them that way. And relax your arms. You can bring your arms into Sukhasana position already. You can send your arms overhead behind you if that feels good, or straight out to the side. This is a relaxing, cooling pose. You can come out of this at any time you wish, or you might want to stay for another few breaths. I look up at Zoom and I see all these legs up in the air. It's like, as those of you from my generation will remember, Esther Williams and the legs coming out of the pool, because that's all I see. Okay, come, now bring your feet to the mat. And come into Shavasana, one leg and then the other leg. Let them splay open, your arms a little distance from your body. Make sure your arms are rotated from the shoulder so that you can easily send the palms of your hands upward. Little lotus blossoms, one on either side for balance. And allow your whole back body to let go. Let it just dissolve, surrendering to gravity. And while in Shavasana, follow your breath. Use this time to use your breath to relax your whole body. Every time we take a deep, long exhale, we are triggering our rest and digest response, moving away from fight or flight. And I like to call it relax and repair. So you are relaxing and repairing right now. And transitioning. Om Namah Shivaya. I surrender to transformation and welcome the changes that will lead me to who I am. Take a deep breath and let it go. Beginning to reawaken your body. Roll your head from side to side. Make gentle movements with your hands and feet, very slowly. Send your arms overhead, your feet in the opposite direction for a full body stretch, big yawn pose. Yeah. Then bring your knees into your chest, hug them around or behind your thighs, and roll from side to side. Come to center, and we are going to put the sun to rest by rolling over onto our right side into a fetal position so that we can expose the moon side, the cooling side of our body. The side that flows easily, the water side. And when you're ready, come up to sit. Right. If you are staying for meditation, when you're completely up, you'll just make yourself ready. If there are some of you who need to leave, thank you so much for being here. I wish you balance in your day and the week ahead and the weekend ahead, right? All right. So if you are staying here for meditation, you know the drill, right? So you're either seated in a chair with your feet flat on the earth, or on your blanket or mat, or both. So you want your legs comfortable, your hands on your thighs, either facing down, which is grounding, further grounding, or up for receiving. Shoulders wide, heart open, crown of your head up. And we're going to start by following our breath. So your eyes are closed, you're going to follow the breath, the journey of your breath. As you breathe in through your nostrils, feel your lungs. As your belly expands, feel your breath. When you focus on your breath, you realize how powerful it is, and know that at any time during this meditation, if you are distracted by anything, a thought, a sound, come back to your breath, follow it, and allow it to bring you back into your meditation. Now our meditation is about balance. Yeah. I'm going to start by bringing our attention to our heart center. Focus on your heart center and notice the beating of your heart. Notice how when you bring your awareness right there to your heart, you can almost hear your heartbeat. You can certainly feel it reverberating in your chest. Now bring your awareness to your seat, your connection to the earth, and repeat these words after you hear them. As I connect to the earth, I feel grounded and secure. I have the stamina I need to face any obstacle. Thank you for this truth. I allow myself to flow unencumbered like a river, navigating every curve and turn with ease. Feel that fluidity in your body, the ability to move with flow. I examine every negative, difficult emotion so that I can understand its source, learn from it, and release it. I embrace every loving, joyous emotion and hold it closely. I choose love and joy. I am fully connected to my courage and inner power. I engage my inner warrior to meet every challenge with all my might. I temper my warrior spirit with understanding and kindness. I allow the love that fills my heart, and I can feel it right now, filling my heart. I allow it to expand to fill every cell in my body, to allow me to be who I am. I am pure love. I show compassion by reaching out to others to soothe their stress and to offer my care. I am compassion. I love myself and show myself compassion by honoring my physical disposition and my mental endurance, by knowing when to say no. I balance all my commitments with care for myself. I honor my body. I nurture it with healthy nourishment and sustaining activities. I express myself freely with actions, with words, with kindness. I listen attentively without judgment. I allow myself to become lost in nature, to enjoy and respect its beauty and treat it with honor. I see every detail. I enjoy the truths they hold. I use wisdom over knowledge. I am love. I can feel the divine light within me. I feel the light of spirit within me, the power. I use that love to connect with spirit and every living being in this universe. And I promise I will do something just for me today. Take a deep breath, let it go. Bring your hands together at your heart. Feel your heartbeat against your hands. Feel that pulsation. Bow your head. And as you lift your head, open your eyes so that when your head is fully erect, your eyes will be fully open, taking in the light of today. Thank you so much for being with me today. Okay.